Hi ladies, it's me, Zandra, independent rep with Agnes and Dora and owner of Zandra Xanadu. Today I'm here to talk to you about my top 5 tips in picking a sponsor. So you've decided that you want to sign up with Agnes and Dora, and now you need to find a sponsor if you haven't already. So my 5 tips are pretty easy. This won't be a very long video, but number 1 is, do you require someone local to you? Or are you okay with someone far away? Agnes and Dora is still a pretty small company, so we don't have an influx of consultants everywhere. I, on my team, do have local girls, and I have girls that are across the country. I can reach out via phone with anyone. The local girls is just a little bit away from me since I moved, but I can meet with her for lunch or coffee or something one day. But the reality of it is, for me and my team, 90% of the conversations that we have are online. It's just much easier. So unless you really need someone there to hold your hand and to help you every step of the way in person, then you can probably go with somebody that's not necessarily right beside you. My second tip is probably the biggest, and that's going to be personality. Somebody that you get along with. This is a tough job, and you really need somebody that you can get along with, that you can trust, that you can go to, and make sure that you're not going to hate them, especially if they're local. Don't go with somebody local just because they're local. Make sure you get along with them especially, because if they don't, you're not going to want to invite them to your events and to your things. You're just not going to like them, and so you're going to want them to go away. So make sure you pick someone that you can get along with, that either you have the same humor, the same personality, or just somebody that understands you and what you want to do. Number 3, business plans. Make sure that your sponsor is somebody that kind of knows what they're doing and that can understand what you want to be done, what you want to have done. I do this full time with my entire family. This is what we do for our jobs. My husband helps me and my daughter helps me, and soon my son, once he gets to the point he probably will too. You may not want to be a full-time rep. Maybe you want to do it just part-time or something else, but you need to look at, does your sponsor understand what you're trying to do? If you're trying to do just part-time, you're not going to want somebody pushing you to hustle. And where are you? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? You want somebody that's going to understand. You have another job that you have to take care of. You have a family that you have to take care of, whatever the case may be. So make sure that the person's not going to be pushing you harder than you can handle. Number 4 is communication. If you are looking for somebody that can be around most of the time, that's going to be very important. If you try to get a hold of the person you're asking questions and they're just never available, they don't have the time for you, they have very short answers for you. Of course, keep in mind, if you're online, that tone doesn't always come across. So I can be super, super busy and I can answer you with 2 or 3 words. And it's not that I don't have time for you. It's just, that's all I needed to say. Something like that. But make sure that you're comfortable with the communication levels that you're getting. If you're not, then step away, because you're going to stay frustrated. Another thing to consider is team size. And that goes along a little bit with the communication. So this is kind of a 3-part number 5. That kind of ties in with number 4 as well. If they are too busy with a very, very large team of lots of people that are coming on at once, they're not going to have time to devote for you. If you're totally confident that you can just start and not need any help whatsoever, that may not be important to you. But if you're wanting someone that can be there to help you and explain things along the way, you may want a little bit smaller team. If you don't pick a sponsor, our corporate office will assign you one. And they're going to assign you one based on one of the really big teams, one of the senior reps that has been there since the day we started. And they're girls with teams of 300, 400, 500 people. And you will get lost in the shuffle. Someone will help you out, always, but it's a little harder. If you're looking for a little bit more one-on-one, if that's important to you, find someone who has a smaller team. So ask them those kinds of questions. How long have they been a sponsor? How long have they been a rep? Some people don't think it makes much of a difference, but if you've only been a rep for 2 weeks and a sponsor for 1, it's going to be a little harder to know some of those questions. I myself have been a rep for over a year, and I have been a sponsor now because we put a very long hold on adding new reps. I've been a sponsor for about 3 months, and this is currently in June. So I have a very small team. My referring rep has a small team. We're under 30 people total. So if you're really looking for a small team, just ask those questions. How big is your particular team? My team is called the Gymtastics, and we have 6 of us. And then my uplines team, which is kind of where we hang out, like I said, we're under 30. Above that, it starts getting into very high numbers. And so if that's something important to you, ask those questions. Make sure you ask them. It's okay. And if you don't get along or you don't like how they answer it, find another sponsor, because you're stuck with that person for quite some time. And if you need the help or want the help, it's a lot harder to get if you don't have a good sponsor. So those are my top 5 tips on finding a sponsor. You can see all of my inventory at www.zandrazanadu.com, or you can ask me any other questions here. Send me a private message on Facebook, Instagram, anything. You can always find me under Zandra's Xanadu. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.